Hi, good morning. So welcome to the 27th annual Liblit Breakfast. So I'm Paul Shepson representing Stony Brook University, and all I really want to say is this is everyone's favorite event of the year. It is my favorite event of the year. I love seeing everyone here every year and celebrating some of the people who do great work on Long Island working towards a more sustainable future. So I'm just going to hand the microphone back to Mike Cahill and we'll get ourselves going. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Paul. Well, good morning, everyone. It is, again, the 27th. Hard to believe, but we've been doing this for quite a while now, and it's always getting better and better. This year, I think we have our largest attendance in ever, and I hope you can give a shout out to some of our sponsors who have been very, very generous in supporting the scholarship fund for all these years. And I'll direct your attention to our little concrete flower pots on the table, which if you take a picture of that Q code, you can be led to the program, the electronic program that that we've set up, and the sponsors will be listed, and the agenda or something similar to that will be on it. I think we, at this point, I think we'll move our program along. I'd like to say that this year we were able to double the number of applicants for our scholarship award, and we had the toughest year yet in making a selection because we had so many good candidates. And I'm sure David Taylor can attest to that, and Christine O'Connell. But we're very, very proud of the scholarship winners this year, and I'd like to introduce them now, but I would bring up first their faculty advisors, their sponsors, who have been helping to guide their academic careers, to tell us a little bit about them, and then we'll ask them to say a brief word. So our first faculty advisor is the one and only Dr. David Tonjes, who we all know so well. And he is here to introduce our graduate scholar for 2025, Sameena Manzur. David?
It gives me great pleasure to introduce you all, if you don't know her already, to Sameena Manzur. Sameena grew up in Queens and then did all of her upper division education out at Stony Brook University. She got her BA, her MS, and now she's working on her PhD out at Stony Brook. The thing that I'm proudest of doing is I persuaded Sameena in 2019 to sort garbage. I'm sorry, to do waste characterization work. And Sameena, because of her long experience, must have the title of having sorted more garbage, more New York State garbage than any other human being in the history of the world. And so she has a very profound understanding of our garbage. She's doing her dissertation work on food waste, which, as we know, is a really intractable problem, and she's going to try to figure out some of the ways that people generate, what characteristics of the people that generate garbage, food waste garbage, tends to explain what they're doing. And so we look forward to seeing that work when she completes it, but she's done a lot of extraordinary things already, and in honor of that, the committee decided to give her the
So we did. Well, you asked me to come up.
Sameena.
all for coming. When I've always, since I've been in this field, I've always heard about, Evan Liblit and the scholarship, and now being an actual scholar to get this, it feels truly honored and so appreciative of this opportunity, and I hope to and wish to continue the work that that Evan Liblit, he had done, and I recognize a lot of these faces, and so thank you all for whoever's on the committee for this opportunity, and I hope I can do great things with this.
As the graduate scholar, Sameena gets the fund allows her to go up to Sagamore in May, but this will not be her first time up in Sagamore. She has already raised a lot of money for this particular scholarship fund through her partnership with Dr. Tonjes, who's a feared threat when he's going from table to table at the Monday lunch and the Tuesday cocktail hour. But Sameena has already cut her chops on all of that, and we hope to see her up there again in May.
Raising money for the next generation.
That's right. Okay.
Thank you very much. Well, we'll do a quick shot after this. Dr. Quickly, the county executive is going to be giving it.
Our second scholar this year is for the Masters in Public Policy program from the MCP program, Grace Nelson. And Grace could not appear today, but I would like to bring up Caitlin Willig Giglio, who is our coordinator for the MCP program, and she will tell you a little bit about Grace. But before she gets here, I hope we can all wish Caitlin happy birthday, because today is her birthday.
So this is not my first time standing here, but it'll be a bit more polished than last time. I was a 2014 scholar for the MS and PhD award. Today, it's really my honor to accept the Evan R. Liblit Memorial MCP Award on behalf of Grace Nelson. This recognition highlights her outstanding academic achievements and her deep commitment to marine conservation and policy. Grace's journey has been defined by both academic excellence and unwavering dedication to sustainability. She began her work in the salt marshes of Long Island as a coastal resiliency intern, and has since advanced to exploring nekton composition and restoration, supervising teams of interns in the field, and expanding her expertise through internships in diagenous fish monitoring and aquaculture. She has shared her work with local government offices and scientific communities, demonstrating not only her intellectual curiosity, but her ability to communicate science effectively. Whether tagging alewife, maintaining shellfish populations, or managing GIS data for restoration projects, she's consistently shown initiative, leadership, and a passion for sustainability. Her academic success, combined with extensive field and research experience, place her among the most promising of our MCP students, and she truly embodies the spirit of this award: excellence in scholarship, dedication to conservation, and a vision for integrating science and policy to address marine pollution and protect coastal ecosystems. On behalf of Grace, I also want to extend a heartfelt thanks to Evan's family. Charlene's here with us today, and his daughter as well, Denise. The Liblit Steering Committee and the award sponsors and donors, that's you all. Your generosity has allowed this fund not only to support so many promising students, but to grow each and every year, and this truly makes a difference in these students' lives. Not only does it give them a little bit of extra money when they're going through their college program, but it reaffirms to them that we are also committed to the work that they're interested in. And so this ensures the Evans legacy and ensures that it continues to inspire future leaders. So thank you for this honor.
And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Adam Charbonneau to introduce to you our first undergraduate scholar award winner, Sophia Dimont.
Adam?
Thanks, Mike. Hi, everybody. I've got nothing but good things to say about Sophia as well. Akshay over there, but Sophia Dimont, again, I've known her for about 3 years. She's taken a handful of courses with me, but really it's her work outside of the classroom that really it shows the dedication to sustainability. She is a tireless worker on the undergraduate student government and working to get more sustainable policies throughout the university, and even working, I believe, with others across the SUNY system, again, to kind of scale these programs to meet the goals of the SUNY Climate and Sustainability Action Plan. She's also, again, worked with Students for Climate Action and has worked with different kinds of policymakers and government officials and advocating for renewable energy throughout Long Island, and has written a really good piece, an editorial op-ed to the Beacon Times on, again, these kinds of needed policies for pushing us forward for a clean energy future. And she also works with myself and Aaron Kluge over there at the Office of Sustainability in trying to get, again, more sustainable practices like composting here at our university. So she's awesome, and I know she's going to continue to do awesome things, and this award will just be another step in that direction. Sophia.
Hello everyone. I'm so honored to be here this morning and grateful to the committee, my mentors, especially Dr. Charbonneau, and my peers for their support through the journey of getting this award. Yesterday, while I was volunteering at Weigh the Waste and Eastside Dining, I sat there pondering what the right thing to say up here might be, and having this award now, it feels less like a trophy and more like a shared moment. It's a reminder of the many people and small acts that can make change possible. The Liblit Award celebrates thoughtful, persistent work in waste management and sustainability. And to see my name alongside the past winners humbles me and reminds me that progress is rarely solo work. It's the result of student organizers staying up late to turn compost and losing sleep over the possibility of doing more. Part of the work I've most been involved in is expanding and revitalizing composting on campus. Composting at Stony Brook, once operated at a very large scale, was discontinued for a little while, and now we've brought it back as a pilot program. And rebuilding that program has meant talking with countless stakeholders, like students who care about the future of our campus, professors offering technical advice and listening to countless rants, administrators navigating logistics and potential advice, and potential partners like the Food Lab who could help scale operations. Watching so many people come together and meet a shared goal has been one of the most encouraging parts of this journey. The initiative is not yet finished, but pilot programs have questions to answer, systems to refine, and habits to cement. And I'm so thrilled knowing that there are so many people at my side who want to fight this battle for the greater good. Receiving this award lights a fire under me to continue pushing forward towards a sustainable future. It strengthens my resolve to take this momentum and turn small wins into permanent change. And I look forward to the day when awards like this are obsolete because sustainability would just be how we live. Thank you to Akshay, Dr. Charbonneau again, the Liblit Committee, everybody at Stony Brook, and of course to you all who continue to show up even in these hard moments. So let's move onward, compost, caffeinate, and conquer together. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. And now I'd like to ask Aaron Kluge, who is our SoMAS's sustainability coordinator, to come up to introduce our second undergraduate scholar for this year, Akshay Illiparambil. Aaron?
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Kluge. For those who don't know me, I don't know many of you, so I don't take offense. I am Stony Brook University's Sustainability Coordinator. I've been in this position for about 1.5 years, and when I first started, I was tasked with creating a student internship program. And at first, I was in a new school, I wasn't sure how many students would apply, and there was the first and only student to personally reach out to me to ask about the program and inquire was Akshay. It was that curiosity and drive that I was able to then help create this program to give students autonomy to creating actual campus change with my guidance, very minimal at that. They are extremely bright and passionate. A very notable project that Akshay has been able to steward was the Weigh the Waste program, as Sophia mentioned in her speech. The Weigh the Waste program was student-led, student-operated through the Environmental Club. It has now been this grassroots movement that I think everybody is super excited to be a part of. In order to combat food waste, in the East Side Dining, the students, at their own volunteer and coordination, stand up and are able to help students sort out what is trash, what is compostable, and what things can be recycled. They work without me asking from the early hours into late nights, and have been able to divert around 10% of each food waste each time they do it into composting, and I'm very fortunate and excited to see where this program goes, all thanks to Akshay's leadership. Thank you all, and thank you so much to the committee for allowing him to have this award. It's well deserved.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see some familiar faces here today. This has been my busiest and my most exciting semester yet. It can feel like impossible to get all the people I care about in the same room. So I have to thank the Liblit Committee for forcing Sophia, Dr. Charbonneau, Dr. Taylor, and Erin to spend even more time with me. You all mean the world to me, and I know none of this would be possible without each of you. Students like Sophia and I will keep yelling at clouds about our climate until someone listens. But it's with the thoughtful, guiding hands of people like you that we actually get to turn those shouts into action. I changed my major from chemistry to sustainability studies almost 2 years ago for that very reason. I'd heard enough, and I was ready to do something. My first real step into this field was Dr. Charbonneau's human settlement course. I still remember laughing at his terrible jokes and giggling through the many, many awkward silences. I loved watching his eyes light up when he talked about parkways and the power broker. That passion still inspires me as I work toward a career in this strange industry where we point at fires and remind people that they are in fact burning. Erin showed me that there's actually something we can do about those fires. I met her 2 summers ago after stumbling across a job listing for the Office of Sustainability that I didn't know Stony Brook had. I was so excited for the interview that I realized about an hour before that I had no idea where her office was. Sustainability can sometimes feel so hidden, which is why I cherish visiting your spaces. I'm overwhelmed by a sense of purpose every time I walk under the Sustainability Studies sign in front of the bathroom on the 2nd floor of Melville Library, or when I journey across campus to find Erin nestled in the facilities park. Those strange, tucked away locations make me want to kick and yell, to be loud, even when it feels like I'm shouting into the void. But it never really feels like a void, because I know people like you are right there with me, shouting just as loud. That's why it means so much to me that Erin, Sophia, and Dr. Charbonneau visit me at Weigh the Waste as often as they do. This kind of work is impossible to do alone. It takes leaning on each other, trust, hand-holding, and trust that's built a community that stretches so much further now than any of us could imagine. Weigh the Waste still exists because of that foundation. None of you could have taught me that in a classroom or during a shift. It's a lesson built out of your genuine passion that I try to emulate every single day. I want to dedicate this award to the people who inspire me, to my mentors and friends who showed me that change is possible and that we don't have to do it alone. Thank you for your guidance, your jokes, and your faith in me. I wouldn't be here without you.
Thank you, Akshay. Now, I have the privilege of introducing our county executive, Mr. Ed Romaine, who I think is going to present a certificate to our scholars. And Ed is one of our longest serving supporters. And it's always a pleasure to have him here. Ed?
Well, a big thank you to Michael Michael K. Ellis, Esquire, has done a tremendous job in the field of waste management and for serving forever as the MC for the scholarship breakfast. Thank you. So we asked our scholarship winners to come up, and as they're coming up, I would simply say this. I was supervisor in the town of Brookhaven for 12 years, and now I've been county executive for 2, and actually this is my 40th year in office. We're well past the tipping point in terms of the solid waste crisis that's going to overwhelm us. Everyone here in this room produces one thing that we all have in common, and that's 4 or 5 pounds of garbage each and every day. And what we're going to do with it as an island, we leave that to our towns and villages. Believe me, I'm aware, having been town supervisor. I want to get the county involved. I want to help our towns and villages because I believe we need a regional approach. And I could not think, this is the 27th breakfast for our scholarship that is given out every year to our graduate and undergraduate students that excel. They do a great job. We need their power and the brain power of many more and the political will of even more to do the right things. We need to work with the industry leaders that I see sitting before us as I look around this table. Because together, we can come up with solutions. There's a lot of solutions out there. We just have to work together to choose one and go with it and do what is necessary. Whether it's organics, and I met an organics person today, whether it's zero waste, we're zero waste, give a wave, or whether it's getting the state to do more recycling by encouraging BUDs, beneficial use determinations, so that we can create markets for products, because we're not going to get out of this issue at this point. And right now, what are we doing? Anyone drive the expressway? We're doing flatbeds with big black plastic bags of garbage. Really? That's our solution in the 21st century to handling garbage? We missed the boat somewhere. There are better solutions out there. There are very smart people. Dr. Paul, give a wave. Our Dean, there's a lot of smart people out there. We can do a lot better, and we can. In this room alone, we could solve the problems of this county in terms of solid waste. We got Will Flower shaking his head. He's a guy that knows how to get it done. We got the Winter Brothers back there. We've got a whole, where's H2M? We got, and then we have our engineer, give it a wave there. Yep. We could solve this. We just need to come together. The county executive, right now the county doesn't get involved in garbage. They do upstate, but on this island, it's towns and villages. But it's maybe time to take a look at a regional approach. We have great people in our waste management areas. We got Nick Carrick. Nick, give a wave. From Southold. He's the waste management. We have Christina. Where are you, Christina? There she is. Great, great people in waste management on the town levels. We just have to get them all together and say, okay, what are our options? Let's go. Because if we don't do that, and I've got to tell you, I don't know if there's anyone here from the state, I'm disappointed by the lack of incentive and leadership from DEC. Thank God for Stony Brook. We should be guided by the science in all things. And we're going to let garbage overwhelm us. Thank God for these students. I've already gave my speech, so that's it. I would ask our scholarship winners to come up, because you're going to lead the future. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And by the way, happy birthday to Adrienne Esposito as well. She's forever young. Come on out, guys. certificates for all of you, certificates of achievement, to thank you and to congratulate you, because the brain power that you have are going to guide us to the future. And Michael, you'll take braces?
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely, thank you.
Caitlin should take braces.
Caitlin, come on up, it's your birthday, but you can take braces.
I'll take braces.
Sophia?
Thank you so much.
Akshay? And you can take braces. And actually, I have one more for Will Flower. Someone I know a long time. Come on up. Michael, get in this. Paul, you want to get in? Come on, representing the university. How are you doing? You should stop by and visit.
All right, if I feel right here,
Okay.
right here. 3, 2. Thank you so much.
All right. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Well, now, thank you, Mr. County Executive. Our next item on our program agenda is a presentation this year of the Mary Swanson Memorial Environmental Stewardship Award, which we hope to give out once a year or maybe twice. But this year, the choice was apparent and stark and easy. And the award we'd like to give to is awardee is Mr. Will Flower. Now, Will, as some of you know, he spent 43 years working in the field of solid waste. And he began in 1983 with the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, Will being a loyal son of the great state of Illinois, just like me. And he came and left. After that, he worked at Waste Management in the Midwest and in New York City. He then worked for Republic Services as it grew from a regional waste company into the second largest waste company in the United States. And for the past 13 years, just prior to his retirement, he worked for our own Winters Brothers Waste Systems. And he is also, he's been a member of SWANA and a frequent speaker at the Federation, and you all know. And I would like to read the plaque, this inscription on the plaque that we'd like to give to Will now, and he will follow up after we do our Rotary Awards as our speaker for today. So Will, come on up. Will, this is the Lawrence Swanson Environmental Stewardship Award of Long Island, hereby presented to Will Flower for his professional excellence in a career embracing all fields of solid waste management, and his generosity and practical wisdom to his colleagues nationwide, and his dedicated assistance for year after year to the students of Stony Brook University. Will, we're very, very happy to present you with this award. Thank you, Will. No, let me just get you up here. Where's Ted? Would you like to come up? We have Rotary Scholars, Rotary Bin Awards to do a presentation to make, and you can see them, our 3 finalists, right there on those tables. So, Ted, I'll give you the plaques.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Ted Firetod. I'm a member of the Liblit Steering Committee, and I'm also a Rotarian. For those of you who don't know, Rotary International is one of the largest service organizations in the world. There are approximately 46,000 Rotary clubs whose mission is to provide service to others, promote integrity, and protect the environment. Here on Long Island, we have 48 Rotary clubs that form Rotary District 7255. This doesn't include any of our high school Rotary clubs, which are called Interact clubs. Now, every year, the district elects a new district governor who serves as our liaison with Rotary International and is responsible for the clubs in our district. This year's district governor is Lydia Wells, who graciously agreed with the Liblit Steering Committee to continue our Interact Recycling Bin Recycling Painting Contest. This is not only a wonderful way for our Interact clubs to begin the school year, but is also a fitting tribute to the legacy of Evan Liblit. Now you can see the 3 winning bins up front. All the entries were amazing. And I could tell you that the Liblit committee members had a very difficult time in choosing the winning entries. Of course, I'm disappointed that my own entry was not included in the winning list. Okay, so it's a desk recycling pen holder, but I think it's well done. Anyway, now to present the winners of this year's competition, I'd like to bring up our Rotary District Governor, Lydia Wells, and the chair of our Liblit Steering Committee, Michael Cade.
Thank you. Actually, this is the second time I think I've attended this, and it really is an amazing event to witness everything. Environment is definitely one of Rotary's priorities, and we have several clubs in our district that are they do work with the environmental studies. So I'm very pleased to be here. Also, I was an Interact advisor for 19 years, so I'm really happy to be here to honor the Interact students.
Okay, you want to announce the winners?
Okay, so let's go with third place first. Third place is the Patchogue Redford Interact Club. Students here? No?
Yep, Sharon.
The advisors here. Good job.
That's your monetary award, and on behalf of the Liblit Steering Committee, we present this plaque to you as well.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And second place is Locust Valley Interact Club. Now, our Locust Valley Club, Rotary Club, is a passport club. And the members of Locust Valley Club are from around the world. So you guys have good people to work with. Great. So here's your monetary award. Good job.
And you are, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm Megan.
I'm Angelina.
And you're both high school students,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And let me present you the plaque from the Liblit Steering Committee as well. Congratulations.
Okay, and our number one place is Freeport High School Interact Club. Ladies, come on up. It's okay. Can you say your name first?
Hello, my name is Helen. Hi, my name is Olivia.
And taking the pictures is your advisor, is it not? Right? Brittany Underwood. Okay. And here's your plaque from the Liblit Steering Committee as well. Congratulations on first place.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so thank you for the Rotary for being here, and it's nice to be able to connect with the generation next coming up. We're working with college kids today, and tomorrow we'll be awarding, I think, Liblit awards to some of the Rotarians that are here today. But now, I'd like to introduce our speaker for the day, and that is Will Flower. You all know Will, but he is, I was telling Sophia, I think there's probably half a dozen people in the world who could make an accurate prediction of where we might be in 2020, 2050, but Will is one of them. So I'd like to introduce Will to talk a little bit about the future of solid waste.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you all for being here today as we recognize these remarkable students and also honor the legacy of Evan Liblit, who was truly a pioneer and a steady advocate for recycling on Long Island. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you and to share some thoughts about the future of our industry. 25 years from now, it will be 2050. And this morning we're going to explore what solid waste management and recycling could possibly look like. Some questions that I thought about while preparing today's remarks, including, will we still be addressing the same types of problems that we are facing today? Disposal issues, high cost for delivering service due to super high equipment costs and labor costs, the lack of appropriate infrastructure for processing certain parts of the waste stream here on Long Island, such as glass and food waste. I thought about, will technology be even more prominent in the processing and collecting of waste, as well as the sorting and recycling of material? And importantly, are the actions that we're taking today going to improve or hinder the management of solid waste in the future? But before we look ahead, I think it's important that we reflect a little bit on the past, because when we look back 25, 30, or even 50 years ago, some aspects of the business have changed very little. Let's for a minute pretend it's 50 years ago. Think about that, 1975. There were no cell phones, no World Wide Web. Daily newspapers came about this thick every day, even thicker on Sundays. Once a year, a huge telephone book would be delivered to our homes. The Environmental Protection Agency itself was still in its infancy stages, having been around for just 4 years at the time. And the public was producing about 3.5 pounds of garbage per day. Back in 1975, if you were to watch the process of waste being collected, there would be many similarities to the way that we get the job done today. We would see a garbage can that a resident schlucked out to the street. A truck would come along, and a worker would empty that can into the back of the truck as the vehicle would crawl along its route. The truck would appear very similar to what it looks like today. It's a big truck, there's a cab, a large body. Hydraulics were used to compact the waste into the body of the truck. And 50 years ago, waste collection was, and still to this day remains, a fairly labor-intensive process. But even though it looks the same, the past 30 to 50 years have seen incredible technological advances that have revolutionized and modernized our industry. As we focus on the future in the next 25 years, I think it's a safe bet that major changes will take place with workers, trucks, recycling, waste processing, disposal, and indeed the waste stream itself will continue to evolve over the next 25 years. So let's talk a little bit about the changes that we can expect. On the collection side, trucks today are much more sophisticated, plus they are much more fuel efficient. Today's engines are cleaner burning, they're also much quieter. But the trucks today are also greatly more expensive. A truck in 1975, I was talking to Jimmy last night, he can remember paying about $80,000 for a new truck back in the 70s. Today, we spend in excess of $500,000 for a brand new front-end loader truck. And while the trucks continue to look much the same, there definitely continue to be changes that make them more expensive. The new technology on trucks will include automated robotics that collect waste with manual lifting and lifting the containers off the ground, and pretty much eliminate the need for some employees on the ground. They'll have dynamic routing that we still use today, including the use of AI and even some bin sensors to optimize every route daily, reducing daily mileage and emissions by up to 30%. I think onboard scales that will allow for the precision billing of the waste that customers toss away versus a universal flat fee may be in use. And trucks will also have collision avoidance technology. On the fuel side, I think that alternative fuels will be more used depending on the economics and the incentives that are in place. Electric trucks, as I did think about electric trucks, and I think the jury's still out on electric. Electric trucks are being used today, but they still need breakthrough technology for batteries and power storage before electric vehicles will be more commonplace on Long Island for the collection of waste. It's also important to remember that the economic policies will have an impact. For example, a renewed interest in the fight against climate change could establish incentives to drive advances in alternative fuels, including electric vehicles. And while thinking about collection, I thought about driverless vehicles. And while I think that they do have a future, I don't think we'll see driverless vehicles on Long Island before 2050. That said, I do believe that driverless trucks will be deployed in some parts of the waste industry within the next 25 years. Let's also talk about waste itself, because the waste stream evolves over time. A ton of waste today is very, very different from a ton of waste that existed 40 years ago. While it still may weigh 2,000 pounds, it's made up of very different materials, and its composition in terms of percentages have changed as society and discards of various materials. For example, think about how many more cardboard boxes are in the waste stream today versus 25 years ago because of the way that we purchase items. You can thank Amazon, Chewy, and a host of others that make acquiring these boxes very, very convenient. Most of the changes to the waste stream will come in packaging and our own consumerism. My prediction is that we will see more plastic as a percent of the waste stream, less newspaper, which is an ongoing trend, less glass as more packages switch from glass to plastic to avoid the weight and expense associated with transporting glass. Now, that being said, a month ago I was out in Arizona and I was heartened to see when I went to the grocery store, some dairies out there were actually selling their products, milk, creamers, in reusable containers, much like it was when I was a kid, and a milkman would come and drop off your containers and then pick them up and reuse the containers over and over again. And I certainly hope that by 2050 we have a better solution for lithium-ion batteries, which are really wreaking havoc on our transfer stations, trucks, and recycling facilities. As the executive said, we can't talk about a future of our waste stream without talking about zero waste. Zero waste initiatives are real, and I believe that they will have an impact over time. Do I think that we will achieve zero waste by 2050? Unfortunately, no. But there are initiatives like reuse centers, resale shops, and repair centers that can have an impact. The good work of Diane Cohen, who is the CEO of Finger Lakes Reuse in upstate New York, is an excellent example of a mature business model for reusing waste materials. And here on Long Island, there are big advocates for reuse and repair, like towels, taking the lead on zero waste, especially the work of Mark Habner and Karen Bloomer on the East End. When you think of zero waste, we need to be cognizant of the economic conditions and the infrastructure that is needed to advance zero waste. And I do believe that establishing and developing reuse shops on Long Island will continue to grow and will be beneficial in the future. But what about the material that we discard every day that has no economic value, the trash, the garbage? Today it's about 5 pounds per person per day, which means that on Long Island we are producing about 14 million pounds of garbage each and every day. I think it's important to remember the words of Thomas Sowell, who poignantly said, and I quote, "Many of today's problems are the result of yesterday's solutions." This suggests that the solutions intended to fix one issue can unintentionally create new problems over time. In the 1980s, Long Island decided to close municipal solid waste landfills on Long Island. Given the fact that Long Island is mostly comprised of a geology that includes sandy soil, and we depend on groundwater for our drinking water, it was probably a great idea. However, the Long Island landfill ban created a pathway that led to incineration and the exportation of waste. And over time, the waste-to-energy plants have grown in size and capacity, and the transportation of waste to distant landfills has also increased. I believe in 2050 that Long Island will still be burning waste here on the island. I don't believe that there will be many more facilities than the current 4 waste-to-energy plants that are in operation. And over time, these waste-to-energy plants will continue to use new and better technology to become even cleaner burning than they are today. Of course, we still need to contend with the bottom ash and fly ash that remains in the combustion or following the combustion process. And currently, the ash goes to the Brookhaven landfill, but I suspect that by 2050, the Brookhaven landfill will certainly be closed. At the time, off-island transportation will continue to distant landfills in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and upstate New York. I think we'll see continued increase in the use of rail transportation. Currently, about 12% of all waste that leaves Long Island is shipped by rail. And over time, that 12% I think is going to grow as landfills that are nearby close and we have to focus on more remote facilities. And just like waste-to-energy plants, landfills will continue to change as they employ new technologies to collect landfill gas and convert that landfill gas into energy. This is not new technology, but still advancing with new and improved systems to recover gas and convert that landfill gas into electricity. On the recycling side, the processing of materials at recycling centers is another exciting area where technology is being used to apply and improve the efficiency of these plants. These changes that have occurred in the past 10 years have just been absolutely amazing. In addition to magnets and eddy currents, recycling facilities today routinely use optical sorting equipment and AI to get better. Processing systems will continue to improve, and by 2050, I believe you'll see widespread use of robotics in recycling plants. We'd also love to see in 2050 co-located resource parks in which integrated recycling and secondary processing facilities such as glass product manufacturing operations are housed right next to recycling centers to eliminate the need for expensive transportation. Hopefully we'll have a large-scale anaerobic digester composting facility on Long Island.
We will.
We're all pulling for you, Gina.
Well, faith will.
WM has operations in New York City that material is shipped to, and we believe it would be much better to have another plant right here on Long Island. And of course, we've been talking about one since February of 2017, so Gio, we are definitely pulling for you. And I think the packaging of material will continue to evolve. I believe that by 2050, we'll be using digital material passports embedded in packaging that allows for automated identification and tracking of material so that when they come into a recycling facility, there's another way to sort and separate material. So we talked about trucks, we talked about waste collection, we talked about zero waste, we talked about disposal and even recycling. That just leaves us to talk about one factor that makes this all happen, and that is the people. As I look around the room, I'm in awe of the amazing talent and the dedication that exists. It's no secret that the professionals in this room, both public and private, make 14 million pounds of waste go away every single day. From family-owned companies to publicly owned corporations to municipalities, we definitely get the job done. From waste collection, recycling, transfer, and processing, the job of taking care of society's waste is indeed intense. And there'll always be great people in the industry. Our future is definitely built on the shoulders of people like Larry Swanson, Evan Liblit, Frank Rothbell, and my good friend Joe Winters. We have leaders who have created a legacy by stepping up over the years, including Mike Cahill, Eric Swanson, Marty Ballou, Chris Fenton, Mike Engelman, Alfred Angioli, John Cameron, Mark Wagner, Rich Zapolsky, Keith Higgins, Jim Heil, Dave Tonjes, Pat Del Cole, Jim Gladys, and Ted Feiertag. And Karen Bloomer, a true advocate and an old school environmentalist. County Executive Ed Romaine is certainly on that list. In the history of Long Island, he is the county executive with the most knowledge, the most hands-on experience, and importantly, the most passion about environmental issues. And in the wake of these current leaders, we have young leaders who are emerging, including Kenny Rothwell, Caitlin Giglio, Dan Schaefer, Brad Slover, Nick Krupski, and all these amazing Liblit Scholar winners from the past, the present, and the future. It has been a pleasure to work with so many talented and dedicated people over the past 40 years. I am forever grateful to the Winters family, Sean, Jimmy, Michael, and Andrew, some of the most hardworking, dedicated, grounded, humble, and generous people I know. Like many employees, we are very thankful that you made us part of the Winters family. We have new family members, Patrick, John, James Winters, who represent the next generation, who have the privilege of working to protecting and enhancing Long Island's environment. To Steve Joseph, Al Neary, Pat Fazio, co-workers who have become true lifelong friends. In conclusion, the past 40 years have just been amazing, and I look forward to, and I'm confident in saying that the solid waste and recycling industry is alive and well. I think the next 25 years will be even more exciting and a great place to have a fulfilling career, because the fact is that waste management will continue to be one of the most vital services that society needs, and that, my friends, will never change. Thank you.
Guest speaker. Very nice. Just on the wall. Perfect. Thank you so much.
By the way, if anyone's looking for 3 great books about it, I used, as I was researching this speech, 3 terrific books that we have up here. I'll leave them on the table here about the startup and the history of the solid waste industry since the 1960s and right up to the future. So 3 excellent books that people can take a look at.
I think you will. I suppose you want those back, right? I mean,
I read them already. So.
Well, we'll see if I get there before anybody else does. Okay. Well, this will conclude our breakfast this year. Once again, 27 years. It's been a pleasure, but it's always a great room to see. Just everybody here, so many old friends, so many really talented people, as Will said. And we really, really appreciate your support, and we hope to be back. I guess after we leave today, we have to start thinking about our symposium sometime in the spring. And we may take up the county executive on his description of the crisis that's coming along. Maybe a little bit more information can be spread around. So I would like to say thank you on behalf of everybody in the steering committee, and all of us at Stony Brook University for your great support and the pleasure of your company. So.